Yo, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Russia Dig, and that is T. What's going on, T?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Man, we had a wild little party last night, so hopefully we'll have Trail and Tay on after a while, kind of go over our weekend. We got the crew on here. So I'm just ready for an exciting discussion. What's our topics today?
First I want to thank everybody for coming on and joining us this evening. I mean, you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us, so we really do appreciate that. While you're here, make sure you do us a few favors, like the video, comment on the video, interact with us, and subscribe to make sure you are up to date on everything we have to give to you. Let's see what we have going on tonight for the show. All right, so we have some good topics tonight. T.I. responds to the alleged allegations from several women in regards to his um, extra activities, he and his wife. So we do have a video on that. Black emo music. Are you familiar with that? Do you know what that is? And it's how it is affecting our youth. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And we also have a spotlight video from one of our panelists. And tonight's discussion, we're also going to talk about same-sex parenting. So who do we have on our panel tonight? Who's joining us tonight?
Hello, everybody. My name is G. What's going on, T? What's going on, Rush?
How you doing? What's going on?
Doing all right. Hoping to have a good discussion tonight about our topics. As I said, my name is G. Join the show with everyone, and I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Living in DR right now, so that's about it.
All right. Who else do we have tonight?
Yo, Dre had the tag. Money bag from BR, not the one from Memphis. You feel me? I'm here. I'm ready to talk.
All right. All right. Who else we have? You're on mute.
Oh, hi, y'all.
All right. How you doing?
Good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Who else do we have tonight?
Hey, I'm Betty.
Hey, Betty.
Hey, everybody.
Greetings. I'm Jazzy Secret.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. That's it. That's all we have backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we have backstage. I'm sorry, I wasn't on screen at the moment. So what's up, everybody? I hope we're ready for a riveting conversation. The first thing we got up is we're gonna be talking about. Y'all know T.I. got caught in a little scandal situation, so he has finally come out and made a response. Did anybody check out that video? Anybody able to check out that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to take a look at it.
Yeah, I checked it out.
Go ahead and play it for us so we can see it. So that's the young lady that started all of the allegations. She kind of got the ball rolling on everything.
Yeah. Can y'all hear it? Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear that. Sometimes I'm not in the live, so I can hear it on my screen. Can y'all hear the video?
No,
No, I
I
can't
can't
hear
hear
it.
you.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
So T.I. has spoken. So this just happened. Look, so T.I. has spoken out following the numerous sexual assault allegations leveled against him and his wife, Tiny Harris. In an 8-minute video posted to his Instagram on Friday, January 29th, the Atlanta native issued a response to the messages shared by former glam bar owner Sabrina Peterson from multiple women alleging that they were drugged and assaulted by the couple at different times. Peterson herself also alleges that T.I. pulled a gun out on her during a prior altercation. In the clip, Tip explained why he hasn't said much yet, despite the rumors going on for a few days.
So, as y'all could probably guess or imagine, it's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet in light of all the things that have transpired and all the just allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife. But it's a reason for it. Now I'm not sharing it. You see, if a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they can do is get you for a defamation. A defamation suit.
He continued on, stating that while women, particularly black women, should be believed in, this isn't one of those instances.
Because unfortunately, right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you did. You know what I mean? And that's just an unfortunate place that our society has made. I want to be clear about that thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. People with evil intentions have no gender. A threat comes in all shapes and sizes. I would never treat a woman the same way I would treat a threat. All right? So I think that has to be changed.
He also went on to share posts from an Instagram blog, Industry on Blast, where they shared screenshots of alleged texts proving that Peterson made up the allegations. The response follows a joint statement released to various media outlets where the couple denied all allegations. Mr. and Mrs. Harris want to be on record and, more importantly, want the public to know that they emphatically deny in the strongest way possible the egregious, appalling allegations made against them by Sabrina Peterson, a spokesperson said in a statement obtained by Hip Hop DX. The Harrises have had difficulty with this woman for well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal action. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is it possible that there's any little bit of truth to what this lady is accusing them of doing? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell to stay up to date on all of our new videos. And as always, make sure to keep it all the way locked to hiphopdx.com.
Yeah, that's Hip Hop DX. I like to follow him. He always know what's up. Okay, so what y'all thought about that music? Did y'all check out the new music video? I don't think, I'm going to be able to play the song. So y'all just, we just going to have to talk about it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I had.
Go ahead, Jay.
I did have an opportunity to check out the song. And I feel like he's basically, saying that they coming for him, for to secure the bag, and also that he didn't do anything to. Basically, everybody was in agreement to whatever occurred. and now they see an opportunity, to secure a bag from him. So that's why they started with these allegations. But it was a cool little video.
Yeah, I feel like everybody is grown. If it was all consensual, and everything. I know they're saying that it wasn't. I see a lot of people judging them kind of based on what they do in the bedroom. But anytime it's a consented act between adults, that shouldn't be the topic what two others do in their space. But like you said, I think it's an opportunity for like that's just seeming like the trend now. Everyone is coming back to say, oh, I felt like this these many years back, and it's not to take away from any woman that's feeling uneasy or anything, because it is guys that will make you feel like that. But and by all means they deserve the right to be heard, but not to jump on the bandwagon to bring down another person.
Absolutely. I can totally agree with both Dread and Teddy as well as G. Looking into when I first heard of the T.I. Alleged allegations, I kind of, I don't know, I was a little uneasy on it all. Just seemed a little weird. But him releasing the song kind of just brought a new light to the situation for me. So just kind of like Dre said about the bag, and basically, I know money is the root to all evil. So definitely, I can see this being a setup.
Yeah, and I think that, maybe they have a certain sexual appetite and she was a part of it. And I really do believe that it's all about the money now. Looking back on everything like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and, everybody, people is coming forward. And if I'm not sure, is this the young lady supposedly was a teenager at the time? Is this the same person? Hello?
I think there were several accusers, if I'm not mistaken. That just happens to be one, but I'm not sure if she's the
which one it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it may have something to do with their bedroom life. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree there. Absolutely. So, something happened. Now, why it's coming out, that's the big deal. But definitely, yeah, something's happened.
Yeah, and I think, we'll eventually see, just like with all of the other cases. It only took one person to be brave to come forward. And then, more people end up showing up. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think Tanya dropped out. She's trying to join back in. Let me see if we can get her on here. Okay, Tanya, we just finished talking about basically we feeling like if I can speak for the group, it sounds like to me we feeling like, I don't know, it's another side to the story. T.I., maybe he not guilty of what they are alleging that he has done, what those alleged crimes. And I do agree with what Betty said, that I think they have a certain sexual appetite, and I think that leaves them vulnerable for these types of claims. Um, I know I watched the live when Cupcake came out, and Cupcake had a lot to say, but it sounds like she was a repeat party goer. So, are you? Yeah. I don't know. So I'm not the expert on abuse. I don't know nothing about abuse, but if you was being abused, I would think that you grown and free, you wouldn't go back. But maybe that's the part of the abuse, and I don't really know. But so I mean, at first I was leaning toward believing Cupcake in them because I'm like, man, they into some freaky stuff. But now with the Keisha Lance Bottoms and all that tied together, that political stuff, I'm leaning towards more, it's probably more political. And maybe T.I. got a point, and he innocent, you know what I'm saying? He innocent till proven guilty, see what I'm saying? So hopefully he'll have his day in court.
So do you think there could be a time frame for when a woman can press charges against someone that offended her?
I'm sorry, there was a lot of feedback. Can you help me understand? Say it again for me.
I said, do you think there should be a time frame when someone can press charges against someone that when they've been sexually assaulted?
I think there shouldn't be a statute of limitations on sexual assault or murder. That's my personal opinion. I do not know the laws per se. So if there's a lawyer out there who wants to lead that, drop us a comment and let us know. We are not legal representatives. We're just a panel. But if you know the laws better than I do, feel free to comment. But my personal opinion is there shouldn't be no statute of limitations on those things.
You're saying that there
You know,
shouldn't or
when
there
you're thinking
should?
about I don't think there shouldn't be a statute of limitation because, when you're thinking about people that have been sexually assaulted, a lot of women feel that they fault. So, now they have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what did they do wrong or why, they have to figure out what did they do wrong. They thinking that it's their fault for a very long time. So I don't think, that it should be a limit because they have to first fix themselves to be able to want to face their victim. So,
right. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. And I
Like,
also
I don't
think too,
there
because
should be
T.I. and Tiny, they are public figures. And so anytime you say anything against a public figure, you're going to face all type of backlash. Well, you knew what you were going there for. You knew the type of people they were. You were going there to party. So it's your fault if something happened to you. And so that will make a lot of women not want to speak forward going in the, in the future if they did have that sort of experience.
Right. You're right, because they can pay for the best lawyers.
So
at the end of the day, say it again. Oh, I said yeah, because they can, they have the money and the power to pay for the best attorneys, and at the end of the day, they may be thinking, is this worth fighting for?
Right.
And it is.
So the accusers haven't came forward yet, so no one knows who they are, their names, their identity, or anything. Do you think that they should release that information?
No, I don't think so. Of the other women?
Yeah. But do you think that they should release it so T.I. and Tiny can defend themselves to say, hey, I know this person and that's not what happened when I had my encounter with them? Because they really don't know who they're defending themselves against.
Right. Yeah, I think they should know, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. G, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with like Betty's saying. I don't believe it should be a statute of limitations. Only because some women feel like they they have done something wrong, or you know, like she's saying, no one would believe them. The celebrity hype and everything like that. Some celebrities, you know, some things make you feel like you can't. Like, who am I to go there and say this? They're not going to believe me. I'm only, you know, just me, you know. Um, so I don't believe there should be a limit on when one should come out to see it. Now, I do believe, you know, in this what they're calling this cancel culture right now, with everyone just trying to get something. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring down one person to get something you know, everything now is just a sue, or you know what I'm saying, what I could do to get some money and come up. Everybody, you know, that's a whole nother topic, but everybody, you know, doing this to get a body done, or get something, you know, a physical feature done on them. So, you know, but I also feel like they should be held responsible too, and not be upheld, because so many black celebrities are upheld, and it makes you feel like, oh, you're tearing another black person down. So some feel like, oh, I won't say this about that person, just because I don't want to be labeled as, you know, tearing this person down.
A lot of women go to, you know, like clubs. I'm gonna wear the skimpiest clothes. I'm gonna see if I can get in, you know, in the VIP area with Tip and Tiny. You know, or we going to the after party, and then what happens after that? You know, it can be scenarios like that. So it's just so crazy when it comes to the superstars, because you just never know. You know, you just never know.
Yeah. Thank y'all. So Marley, you pretty much think he need to get his fair day in court too, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I just feel like with him, you know, he a big celebrity. He should have had them sign some type of agreement. He should have known something like this was going to happen.
You know, when everybody's drunk and high and having sex, you don't think about a non-disclosure.
I would have been thinking about it. I don't want nobody coming after my money. I don't care how many drinks I had.
Yeah, as a celebrity, you supposed to have some type of way to protect yourself then too. You know what I'm
Yourself,
saying?
yeah.
'Cause I know if I went out there and got it and I'm up to that status, I'm gonna do everything to protect everything. You won't come in and drink a cold drink, you gonna sign something.
All right, coming up next. Okay, we have a different of opinion here. Y'all ever heard of emo music? I'm too old, man. I don't know what emo music is. But that's what the young people listening to now. And apparently it's like punk rock. You remember a little punk rock, you see what I'm saying? And they saying that Willow Smith just dropped a new video. And her and that dude Juice World have really pushed this like emo movement, you know what I'm saying, in the black youth, black culture. So we wanted to get into that, but looks like Miss Tanya has fallen off for one second. Let me see if she gonna join us back. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can get on here. All right, Tanya. Just talking about the emo music, and I know you told me that Willow Smith just dropped a new video. Can you tell everybody a little bit about emo? I'm old. I don't know much about emo, so I tried to explain.
So emo music is just basically like a mix of pop and punk music. So back in the 90s, think about Nirvana, what's the other band? Panic at the Disco. So if you're familiar with any of those kind of artists, that's kind of what emo music is. It's basically emotional music. So its foundation is in it's associated with like depression, teen angst, those sorts of emotions. So think about some artists you may know. You know, XXX Tentacion, is that how you say his name? And Lil Peep and Juice World, those are some artists that are out right now that their music is known as emo music. So I like Willow Smith's song. I think it's really good. Did you guys get a chance to listen to it and watch the video?
I listen to it. I'm not really a fan of emo music myself. I'm still more on the old school Juvenile and Lil Wayne and UNLV.
Like,
Yeah, I listened to it. I did listen to the two Willow and Juice World. The funny part about Juice World was my 8-year-old granddaughter was the person that introduced me to that a couple of years ago, that actual song. And so that's how I end up listening to it. But it reminds me of, especially Willow's new track, it reminds me of some
really good music as well. So I really like her as an artist. So how do you think this type of music affects teenagers in society today? So they face a lot of different pressures than we did growing up. They have online bullying, all of these social pressures to be perfect, to look good, to have life figured out by the time you're 15. I mean, nobody knows anything about themselves at 15. You don't even know yourself at 30. So to place all of these high expectations on yourself as a teenager, even as a young adult in your 20s, it's really stressful. So every time you turn around, there's an article of a teenager being bullied and committing suicide, or taking things to a further level, like shooting up a school, or even killing their parents, or just doing things that when we were growing up, we didn't have those type of pressures and everything. So how do you feel about that? Like what teenagers are going through these days with online bullying and having all of this angst and depression at such a young age?
Yeah, that's a very deep one right there. Only because And I guess that's just me going back to being a little old school. A lot of the kids, I think personally, in my opinion, they're a little soft skinned. You know what I'm saying? Kids growing up in our days, I believe, were more tough skin, you know, and somebody talked about you, you did what you had to do, or
right. You fought
you
them
let it.
or you talked back.
Yeah,
Right.
you was gonna catch me after school, or something like that.
Right.
Nowadays the kids are, they're more, I guess huddled or whatever, HODL. They kind of bought into, they're more pampered and stuff by the moms and or the family members and stuff, and they're also inside. And then with the pandemic, now that has taken a whole new toll on the social media and everything, because everyone now has something to hide behind. You have a keyboard to hide behind to talk all of your big talk that you want to talk, and pictures and everything like that hurts a lot more. Based on when we were growing up, it was more like, oh, I heard she did this, and you had the story to go with it, and you really just had the visual in your mind of what happened if she was kissing such and such in the backyard, or she had on dirty shoes, or whatever it was, um versus now you have more pictures and social media and trolls and all of this stuff.
Right. And I don't mean to be insensitive to today's youth, but back, when we were growing up, you faced your bully or you did your bullying face to face, right? I feel like now if someone's bullying you on social media, block them or turn this shit off, log out, change your username. Like, you have so much more control over how you can handle and navigate that. And we just didn't have that. You had to face it face to face, and if somebody started a rumor about you, you still had to go to school and deal with that. And now it's like they don't know what to do. And my concern is, if you can't handle things online, your skin isn't thick enough to where you can block a stranger on a computer screen, then what are you gonna do when you get into the real world and you really experience bullying from peers, co-workers, your boss? I mean, just society in general. It's like they're not prepared to handle the true pressures that you're gonna deal with as an adult.
Especially
they may not be prepared because think about it. The parents are young too.
Yeah.
The parenting what?
The parents are young as well.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
A lot of our teenagers are as young parents. So the parents are maybe too busy doing their own thing. Or just, I mean, it could be, I was bullied, but I fought a lot. So I mean, I was fine. And I guess that's the difference. My skin was too dark, or just different things. I mean, I moved from Baton Rouge to California. In California, I was bullied. I was a fighter, but nobody knew that.
And then especially if you raised up and your mama was scary and she used to talk about people behind up their back, you gonna grow up to be the same way, just like her. Talking about people behind their back, and it's like a pattern to me, what I see when they just like the thin skin, as we're saying. I noticed that a lot when the child is a certain way, their parent was a certain way. Their parent was pretty much they grew up in that pattern and follow them. A lot of bark, no bite.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Go ahead, T.
I think that, you know, children are kind of raising themselves. Not all children, not all, but a big percentage are raising themselves, which is understandable because you have a lot of one parent households. So the parent has to work. That's understandable. It's just different. It's just a different society we live in. And I'm curious to see how it's going to affect their future, which will affect our future. Because these are the children that are going to make the decisions on our health care, on our quality of life, and I don't know if I'm ready for them to have that much control just yet. I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, who better to talk about parenting? We got a couple of same-sex parents on here. Tay and Trail, I know y'all have both raised children, and you know, we was talking about how children's music now is so emotional, and they get too emotional sometimes, and that may be affecting their thoughts on suicide or whatever. And I know y'all have very successful young ladies y'all have raised. Did y'all ever have to deal with any type of emotional issues? I think y'all went out off camera, Shantae. Let me see if I can get Trail on here. Yeah, Trail, I know you're a mother. We met your baby girl this weekend at the party. Was it easy to raise a child, or how did you keep your child on track with all the music and influences nowadays that put pressure on children?
I bust her ass. That's how.
You kept her in line?
Yeah, just like she punished right now.
Oh Lord! But I thought when you say how old is that baby?
She still get punished 13.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. So this weekend, like I said, we met your baby at the party. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna play a few minutes of the birthday party, and Trail, talk us through what we seeing on the screen, and we're gonna do that in about 10 seconds. Y'all bear with me.
Got you bopping, everybody know you bopping. I know that you bopping. Got you bopping, cause you know you love the bopping. Booty, booty, booty bopping. Got you bopping, cause I love the way you dropping. Everybody working, everybody working. That's a wiggle, you moving with your wiggle, bouncing with your jiggle. That's a jiggle, working with your wiggle. That's a wiggle, you busting the shaking, they rocking with your wiggle, moving just a little. That's a little, everybody see you wiggle. That's a wiggle, busting with your jiggle. That's a jiggle, you busting up. Bossy, I'm a
Get your song, everybody get your song. Get
Mr. All that more go.
It look like she hot. We got some good shots. Oh, I look so big. You look big. I'm just saying, though. That's probably because of the way she had the camera, man. That's why you look big. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. No. It's okay. Let me sit up so just because I got to choke your ass. Some more stuff. We got to figure this out. Yeah. The people talking, they're waiting on you. They're not talking. They're waiting on you. Matter of fact, that's you and your baby right there. Mm-hmm. But I can't hear that. You can't hear nothing.
Hold up, can y'all hear the video?
Now, but at first we couldn't hear it.
Oh shit, man. Okay, I gotta get used to it. We gotta start it over.
Oh, we gotta start it over.
All right, there you go. Talk us through it. What you see?
It's hot.
Trail, what was going on? Talk me through the video.
Take a talk you through it. Go ahead, say it was hot in there. Oh fuck, it's hot in there. Okay, you see one of the cakes. You see the treats. Okay, some favors. Party favor treats. Me and my significant other. Me and my three of my all my sisters talking with my nephew that just came. He was in a wedding though, so that's why he was late. And who is this with these babies outside? Oh, that's the gang. The gang. I was drunk. Okay. Talking shit.
3:40 p.m. You heard me? No question asked. I understand it bad when they come behind her. No understanding.
You want to say happy birthday to your mom for the video?
Happy birthday, little girl.
Let's go get them. All right, child. Your ass moving a little bit. I know I can't really shake because I got that thing on. Go ahead, on a little bit. That thing right there. Wop. You don't mind shaking on you though, son. Look at her. Look at her. Did come home to see you. So bullshit. That's got a little swag with him. That's one of my sisters. Oh man, come on, Rashawn. All that. All right, that's enough. I'm good. Yeah, there's slow motion and shit like why? You ain't got me in slow motion. That's the oyster man. Them oysters I told was good. Was told that they was good. It was good. Oh, he did better before. The ones I had was quick. I didn't have better. Did a nigga really do a whole sack? That what you saying? That just got me some of my oysters. How many come in the sack? Motherfucker, I don't know. It's a whole bag. They did have a couple of people. I think he was putting 6 on there. I told him to put 6. I saw the crowd. Yeah, he was putting 6 on the thing. I told him to put, go ahead and fill it up and put whatever. Take these lashes off. Why you the people see you take your lashes off? If Rashawn don't stop this damn thing.
Hey, Trez, you drop it every opportunity. You like to drop it, man. You was cutting up for your birthday, huh?
Yeah.
So who, man, this is a special occasion. This was really lit. I liked all the party favors and all that. Who planned all of that?
My significant other did.
What? See, everybody ain't able. You see what I'm saying? Significant other, what's happening? Walk us through it. How long it took you to plan this?
What is that to walk you through? Oh, shit.
Tell us about it. Like, how easy was it, or what's going on? Like, we see the finishing product. Look like you got a brass band. You know, yeah. Oysters,
Yeah, we
yeah.
got the band because we couldn't have the hookahs. So I was like, okay, well, we could just take that. Actually, the setup was supposed to be like, shit. Amigo. Well, yeah, like a shit. I don't know how to call it, but anyway, we couldn't get the hookah set up. Well, we had the hookah set up, but because of the building and the sprinkler system, I couldn't do the hookah thing. So, when me not even being able to do the hookah thing, we just end up with the brass band that took the place of that. Shit. And we couldn't get an Airbnb with a pool, so that's why it looked like outside Caribbean looking the inside, because we couldn't get no pool. So we found the hall. Well, she found the hall.
It was lit. I know people wedding on her. Y'all had a second line. Shit, I'd have been a receptions. Ain't this lit? This was up.
Thank you.
Betty, did you have a good time at the party? I seen you in a little bit of the footage. Did you have a good time?
At the party,
Betty?
yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did you try them oysters, man? Them oysters was like gourmet, dog.
I didn't get any.
Oh, wow.
You're not the only one, Betty.
I didn't get any oysters, but that spinach dip was everything.
Okay, yeah, I tried it. Why you tell us you wanted oysters? We could have come put some more on for you.
Chicken wings.
Huh?
The spinach dip, I had spinach dip and chicken wings.
Well, you should have told me, because you could have took it back with you. But they had left. Oh, look at that, baby. We look so cute.
I like that tea trail.
Huh?
I like that bag with you on the bag.
What?
I like the bag with you on the chips.
Oh, thank you, girl. What kind of chips was they? Did you have any?
Oh no, I didn't open it up. I have some though.
Okay. No, I had them, and they was what Glenisha said. Let me put G on here. I had them. They was what you call them? Chiwis.
It was Chiwis.
It was some Chiwis. I learned that Cheetos in New Orleans is called Chiwis. We call them Cheetos. You know.
They're Cheetos.
Chewy.
What you call them? Cheetos or Chewy? Some Chewy. Yeah, Chewy. You want the puff or you want the crunch?
I like the crunch for me personally. Well, yeah, G.
The puff or the crunch?
Yeah, the Chewy, you know, they made the little off-brand, the New Orleans little off-brand Chewy after, I guess people didn't really know what you were saying. You were saying Chewy's, figured there was another type, but it was always Cheetos. The crunchy type was the Chewy's. I guess the puffs too was called Chewy. And Jolly Ranchers, the wine candy. Everybody say Jolly Ranchers. Everybody knew all say wine candy.
Oh. What's the next topic? ones in the group?
Yeah, there go Jonica. What's up, Jay? Jay, you on here? Jiggity, Jazzy, chick, thick chick.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what's up? Did you get some of them oysters at the party?
No, I didn't eat oysters. I love the
Oh,
meatballs.
that was so good, man.
The meatballs was awesome.
The meatballs was awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, up next, we wanted to discuss the same-sex parenting thing, and we found out from Trail that how she keep it together is that she may have to put a foot in the ass or something. Keep your child on track. But I think what we want to talk about right now is I know on one of the videos, on our last video, when Shantae came on, she set it off. She set the internet off talking about Paw. She Paw. So we wanted to talk a little bit about so what's the names that's acceptable in a lesbian relationship? Do you call yourself mommy? Do you call yourself daddy? Let's speak on that just a little bit.
What you mean? You call yourself whatever you and your significant other feel like is appropriate for y'all kids.
What you think, Jonica? What you think, G? What your babies call you, G?
Jazzy thick chick you talking to?
It ain't no babies. I got one seed, Her name is Wondria. Love my life. And she called me daddy. But, it's on her what she wants to. She has the option to say what she feels. And she says daddy. She knows she has the option to call me G, mama, or whatever she wants to. So I can't say babies.
Why didn't apply? How this is how you do it? Oh no. They showed you how to do it. She just showed me she was working with it. Where do I go to the person? Was I turn my camera off? What's going on?
Yeah, it looked like we lost Jazzy Thick Chick. So let me see if we got Betty on here. Hey Betty.
Hey y'all.
All right, what you think about in a same-sex couple if one of the parents is referred to as the opposite sex that they're born with, but they may not identify with?
And the kid, with the kids calling you mom or daddy if you're not?
Right, basically.
I guess to me, I feel that the parent for sure needs to educate the kid eventually. But I feel like I think that by the kids being young, they're gonna call you what they think you are by sight. Cause it's like with my grandkids, my oldest know now, but at first she was confused. Excuse me, Marla would be a sir, then a ma'am, and then okay, yes, sir. I mean, ma'am, stuff like that. So it's confusing, and like I have the 4-year-old and the 3-year, the 3 and the 4 and the 5-year-old grandkids, and they're like well, Marla, why you dress like a boy if you're a girl? But they'll still call Marla a boy. So eventually you need to educate the kids. But I feel that's up to you all how you if you dress like a boy, you want the kids to call you daddy. That's up to you. But eventually those kids need to be educated. Because you don't want to confuse them, because they are going to be confused eventually. They confuse just by sights and clothes.
Right, and I totally agree on the having to educate the kids, because if we don't educate our kids, then someone else will.
Right.
Sum it
I
all
agree. I
up.
feel like it's no right or wrong way to parent. It's no right way. Your way shouldn't be the right way, or my way shouldn't be the right way.
Right.
Everyone was raised on different standards, and I was raised on different standards that some people would feel like were very harsh, but I wouldn't change them for nothing in the world. It made me to be the person that I am today. I wasn't raised cuddled and softened, and I'm not naive, green in the streets, but I'm also not dumb or illiterate either.
Yeah, and I guess and to me now time is so much different from when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we respect everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. But I feel like uh gays and lesbians were more in the closet in my time, because I'm older than everybody. So yeah, back in my time, like we knew what they were, but it wasn't addressed. It was addressed differently, and now everything is just out in the open. And to me, it'll be easier to educate your kids now rather than back then. With the sex preference and things of that nature. Because, like for me, this is my first relationship with Marla, with a female, and it was my daughter who told me go for it. If you don't like it, if it's not what you want, then that's not what you want. So, you know.
Well, I applaud your daughter. That is, when you have family approval, that is very important. So I applaud your daughter for that. That was pretty brave of her, and pretty fucking awesome, actually.
Good outside thinking, you know what I'm saying? You can tell your daughter's gonna have a mind of her own and gonna think for herself and not be pressured into the standards of others,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
I agree.
Jonica, how you feel about what the kids should call the parents?
I feel like each kid, I feel like each human should be addressed as what they are. Period. So I feel like, adult or kid, I just, so that fits the need of what we're talking about of the kids. I feel like if it's a female, the kid should not call a female dad, papa, etc. Definitely, my baby's father is a female. She's referred to as baby father, baby daddy. She's referred to as daddy. Now that my daughter is of age, she's 22. She grew up knowing her as nanny / daddy, but she wasn't raised to address her as daddy.
Okay.
I just think that kind of confuses things and just kind of brings on a pressure that we kind of don't need in life. Life is already hard. We have a lot to deal with, and accepting ourselves and accepting, being accepted in society as well. You don't. It just takes years of growth to get there. So that's just adding something to the list that's just not necessary, in my opinion.
Sorry. So, Jonathan, Jazzy, you say it's not necessary to add that complexity, but if you know what I'm saying, speaking as a male identifying female, if that's a part of my identity, I would want my mate to respect it. You know what I'm saying? I understand the societal pressures, but if we don't combat it now, it's always going to be societal pressures, and those pressures should cease. You should be able to identify how you identify. And then if your children accept it and they recognize it, like I have a case where, my godson, he just recognized something in me, and he refers to me in the he pronoun. I never asked him to do that, but that's what feels comfortable to him. So I like that the youth are choosing for themselves, and I think the older adults need to roll with it, quite frankly, or else it's always going to be this level of misunderstanding. And if you're not trans or you don't identify as a sex unassigned to yourself, I don't expect you to understand it, really. But I expect you to at least understand that it is a real thing for other people. You may not get it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I totally understand that. As well as you said, if the youth are choosing, I guess, yeah, that's kind of a different topic because, at 6 months, 10 months, 2 years, you're not choosing. If they're saying that's your daddy, then you're not choosing to call him daddy. You're being taught that. So yes, of course, if you get to your youth, you make it there, and then you're still referring to daddy, papa, whomever. That's just a learned behavior. That's not really, you're choosing it. Of course you're choosing. That's your norm.
Yeah, well, right. And to your point, right. I don't think you should force it down their throats. You know what I'm saying? But children are very
No, I don't
perceptive.
think that's forcing. If you just refer to it, that's your dad. Dad, that's just a learned behavior.
Yeah, they're
It was my
intuitive.
grandson. If we continuously, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With all due respect for all the dads, with tatas.
Well, where's Paul? I thought Paul was gonna speak from his perspective, but I don't hear nothing from Paul. They got the thumbnail on. What's going on over there, Paul? Well, let me see Paul backstage, y'all. Yeah, what's going on, Paul?
At the end of the day, it's like, you got to realize children.
Okay, Paul dropped off. Hold on. Okay, Kendra is John. What's up, Kendra? You on the live?
Whoa, now.
Oh, now. So we talking about.
Hey.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Kendra. Everybody say hey,
Kendra.
Hey.
Hola.
What up, Candy?
Yeah, so Kendra, we talking about same-sex parenting and being called mommy or daddy. So like if you a stud or MOC and you with your girl, would you need to be called daddy? Because I know you are MOC. So do you need to be called daddy or would you be called mommy, or have you thought about that?
Well, for me and my past relationships with ones with kids, they all just call me buddy. So it was just a neutral site. You don't call me girl, you don't call me boy, you just call me buddy. And that's how we roll with it. And it works. And all of them still call me buddy. And that's just the end of it. That's it. Y'all don't hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I don't know
Yeah.
what we're talking, but we hear you. And that, that's good because then it's I guess it's all the way around the board the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what you think about it, Paul Paul? Oh, she every time it's time for Kay to talk, she drop right on off. He
Well,
drops
how do
right
you
on.
feel about it, Tanya?
Yeah, Tony, what you think?
I didn't hear you. The phone was breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There go Papa.
What was the
Hello?
question?
Yeah, we hear you.
You asked me what I thought about it. I think
Yeah.
that I guess I disagree with everyone. I think that if you're a female, then it's mother. If you're a male, then it's father. I think it's confusing for the children, especially very young children. I think it just adds. I don't know. I just think children are innocent. Not that messes with their innocence, but I think that if you are a female, then they would address you as mama, whatever you want them to call you. And the same thing for female. I mean for male.
All right, Tay, you on? What you think?
What did you say?
Tay, are you there? I'm trying to get Tay's.
Yeah, go ahead. You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead,
You can hear me?
Papa.
Oh man. I mean, like I was saying, kids automatically, a child, they go by what they see, and they mimic what they see. So the first thing comes to a child's head, if they see you dressed like a male, then they're gonna figure, oh, he's a male. But at the same time, they are children. You should tell them, I'm not a male, I am a female. So you are supposed to make them aware and let them know and teach them right from wrong in the right way. Same way as to if you're in a relationship and you have two women raising a child. You know what I'm saying? True enough, it's supposed to be in the Bible or whatever what it says that it's supposed to be a man and a woman in a household. But I mean, we living in a day and age where things don't go like that no more all the time. So I mean, I'm to the point I identify as a male, and then I mean I'm doing whatever I do and what's comfortable with me. But when it comes to my kids and grandkids, I'm gonna tell them the right way. But whether what's comfortable for them is what's comfortable for me. But I still am gonna let them know, right from wrong. And I mean, just like my daughters, I tell them straight up, a woman is not supposed to be with a woman. A man is not supposed to be with a man. Thus say the Lord. But at the same time, this is what I choose to do. But this doesn't have to be what you choose to do. So you have to do what's best for you.
Okay, well, that's interesting that you brought that up. So you really believe that what you're doing is wrong, but you was born this way, and
you say I really believe what?
Say again.
You say what?
I said, so you really feel like what you're doing is wrong, and but you male identified. So why would that be wrong? You understand?
I don't feel like I don't feel like. I mean, at the end of the day, no sin is greater than the next. It's of course, if you go by the Bible, if you were brought up in church and you were religious, then you were brought up as, you were brought up as that. And it's in the Bible, this is a sin. Just like fornication is a sin. So, I mean, yeah, I have my religious belief, but at the same time, I feel like God don't love me no differently from the way he loved the next or someone that's straight. And I mean, this is what I choose to do. This is what's comfortable for me.
God made us. You see what I'm saying? He ain't make no mistake. You know what I'm saying? Us identifying not no choice. I don't think it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna decide. I'm finna rock this way. I mean, yeah, your clothing is a choice. I knew immediately.
You breaking up.
I ain't wearing this. I ain't wearing that. I tried to fit in here once it was crammed down my throat. You doing wrong. You're doing wrong. But then at some point I realized, why are you telling me I'm wrong? This is how I was wired. You see what I'm saying? and this is how I express myself. I try to fit in and dress the way y'all told me that how I'm supposed to dress, which felt totally wrong. But I did it from grade school to middle school, to high school or whatever, even in college, just because the pressure your parents put on you. But I feel like trans children ought to be identified, recognized, and represented, and they should be allowed to say, where they identify. And I think when you raising children, they're gonna see. Like I said, my godson, he referred to me in the he tense pronoun, but I tell him I'm his nanny. I refer to myself female because the physicality of the thing. But when he see is what he see. So I'm not finna combat him on that. You know what I'm saying? And I like that the youth are calling things by what they see, not by what they told. And genitalia. You ain't gonna see my genitalia any fucking way. You know what I mean? So let's take that off the table. Just because you have female parts doesn't mean that inside you identify as a female. That's just not the reality of life. And it's unfair for heterosexual people to force that down our throats. So barring the Christianity, all of that, no, I don't think what we're doing is wrong. I think we was wired this way. I think we was born this way. And our experiences our perception is based on our experiences, based on that wiring. You know what I mean? And we are all God's creatures. There's a whole lot of us, and everybody different. We shouldn't be forced to fit into no box.
I feel like, in that sense, towards the Bible, I'm, I guess, religious to an extent. I believe in a higher being. I don't technically believe in what's man written. So I just kind of have my faith and beliefs of how what I see, and not just technically on what's man written, and that's just my opinion at least. But I feel like it's not a choice of what I choose. It's not that I choose to date women. That's just, I do choose to date women. It's not like oh, I just don't want to date a guy. I don't like men. You know what I'm saying? I like women. And in society, I feel like things would be so much different if it was that way. If you'd be looked at as the norm if you were heterosexual. Now society is a little different. Gay and lesbian are more out and open now. But I feel like this is not a choice. You don't choose to be gay, and a lot of people just look at it as in a sexual aspect and look at it as, oh, what they doing in the bed. If you take the sexuality out of it and just think of it as two people that just love each other, no matter what the sex is, then I think gay and lesbian will be understood a whole lot more.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Yeah, so I think we all kind of covered. Hold on, we got 24K all day on. I want to add 24K all day. 24K all day actually is a MOC stud. And tell us about your experiences. I know you're raising a child. How did you come about having that child, and, you know, all of that?
Well,
What's going on, man?
what's up? That story that's kind of because there was a whole lot going on in my life at the time. Especially like coming out, as a teenager to like a Christian family when your lifestyle's not accepted and you have no one to talk to. So, you have a family, you have your gay family, you have like your parents and your aunts and grandparents, who you just have like this lifestyle that you're living. And then it's like when things go wrong in that family, you have no one else because your lifestyle is not accepted, on the outside. So you try to find ways, you figure you basically kind of adapt to maybe someone who just seems to love you since you feel like you have that love on no sides. So it's like you just kind of trying to find yourself and who you are, and that's just kind of how that whole situation happened. So I was in a process, I was trying to find myself, but at the same time, I was trying to save my life because I didn't know the path that I was, going on. So my son really was just, it was almost like a lifetime for me. And just in that process, when I was pregnant with my child and I had him, I just took like maybe, I'll probably say 2 years just finding out who I was and accepting who I was, no matter who liked it or who didn't, and I just started living for me instead of, my family or everyone else around me.
And I think that's a big thing too. Accepting who you are and being happy with that. A lot of people don't do that. Just be happy with who they are and saying forget what anybody else has to say about it. And I think until you get to that point, you won't be truly happy until you don't give a damn what nobody else think about you or how they feel about the situation.
Right.
So, we had the topic of discussion basically was like, do you prefer mommy or daddy specifically? So can you speak on that a little bit? Your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer mom. So, and the reason why is because at the end of the day, I'm still a woman. And I mean, I enjoy being a woman because if I wasn't, then, I enjoy being a lesbian. So at the end of the day, if I wasn't a woman, I wouldn't be a lesbian. So, I still have female parts. So, I have my son call me mom. And I don't want my child growing up confused to where I'm still a woman. I still look like a woman. I'm not transitioning to anything else. So to me, that's just kind of, confusion to a child, so I just prefer mom.
Okay, but did you have to force him to call you mom, or did he naturally call you mom?
Naturally call me mom, maybe just because as he was born, how, you teach a child, like, when you're talking to him, you saying, mama loves you or mama, so just kind of he grew up to adapt, to call me mom.
So so for studs or for butch or for MOCs who want to be called dad, you think it's an issue then?
Well, like I said, I have a best friend who had raised a child like from a previous relationship, and my friend had taught, that child to call him daddy, like call me dad, so that child grew up just saying daddy, daddy, daddy. Now that wasn't my friend's biological child, but then my friend ended up transitioning, so from female to male. So I guess has always been him where he didn't feel like that he was a woman or he wanted to be a woman. So like as years passed, he ended up, transitioning. So for the child that he had calling him, dad, it just stayed, I guess it just depends on the person. Some people not comfortable, I guess, being a woman, or, they wish they were a male. So I mean I think everyone has their views and their reasons, but for me, I just prefer the whole mom thing. I think everybody's, like I say, situation is different.
I can see that. I can see like a child calling you dad and you saying, "Oh, daddy love you, like you were saying, oh, mommy love you, and your son called you mom. And I can see how that was possibly uh, a way how kids are saying like dad, and possibly how my daughter even says dad, you know, as she got older, when she was able to talk, when she was small, she would say daddy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was something, I don't recall that being, it's been some years now. I don't recall me uh, saying, I think at some point I was like, oh, is she saying mama or dad? That kids naturally say certain words. And it could have been like, oh, bring that to your daddy, or bring it to daddy, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, to where she, got that. But as she was older, as I said before, I was, asked her what is she comfortable with, because what we were speaking about earlier, just with kids being cruel and everything like that. I don't want her to feel like she, that's something necessary that she has to call me or something, that she can call me mama, she can call me G, whatever she's comfortable with.
Yeah. So, like I say, everybody, situation different. I know people who, in a relationship with someone, and they have a child and they're not in their life. So some people tend to call it the dad just because they already have a mama but no daddy. So I know, there's been situations where kids will call them, dad or whatever. And usually me, like if I'm in a relationship with someone, that child just usually call me by like my name.
Mm-hmm. Damn, it's rain outside like that.
Yeah. So, Dreadhead, what you think? Do you have kids or grandkids, and what do you want them to call you?
Well, I didn't been in relationships, with females who have had kids, and one relationship, the little girl used to call me dad, and I thought that was just so tight, Oh yeah, she might call me dad, and then until one time I was in Walmart, she was like, "Daddy, you go buy me this?" And it was kind of embarrassing because the people was looking at me like, you're not a man, and also because I'm a social worker, I didn't realize one of my coworkers was in there, and then came back to my job and was like, as a social worker, basically saying this girl's a social worker and she got somebody's child calling her dad. So I kind of switched up on it, meaning like I wouldn't want a child to call me dad, but my old lady, my fiance, she has grandkids. She has three, and then I catch myself sometimes, talking with them like I'm your pawpaw, and she gets furious. But I haven't done it in a while just because I don't want to confuse the child. So
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I refuse to let, like I explain to children too that I'm a girl. I ain't trying to trick nobody. It is what it is. I'm a girl with a boy on the inside. That's just what's happening. You see what I'm saying? So I let the children, you call me whatever, I don't care. But I think when children decide to call you dad or decide to call you papa, bruh, like, and G like my best friend or whatever. So her daughter, when we talk, she'd be like, "You talk to my daddy?" And I know with other kids, she has said to them, "Yeah, that's my daddy. My daddy a girl." You know what I mean? But so she feel like this is the daddy role for me. And yes, I do know that the sex is female. And so it's like the child innately like explains it all. You know what I mean? And then she's fine. Like she just moves on. So I just think at first I was a little when Drill was coming up, I was a little nervous about it because I was thinking, I saw that she identified G as a dad, and nobody was really correcting her or whatever, because that's how they wanted to do it. So I was a little nervous, but it seems like she has figured out how to, adapt it. And, so that has taught me something. I don't have kids just yet, but like I said, my godson, we had a situation where, I could tell that it was discussed that our male identified with his biological father. And I never said that to him. I never made him do that. You see what I'm saying? But I appreciate that he recognized why. It ain't matter. It did matter to me. I ain't gonna much lie. So I don't know, bro. I'm kind of torn between society's pressure and then you being true to yourself. And like we say on here, we free to be me. You see what I'm saying? You can be free to be you. So I applaud Papa. Tay, if you Papa, you Papa, nigga. I'm with that. You see what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with it. Gee, you daddy, you fucking daddy, dog. I know that. You see what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with it.
I mean, I feel all that. At the end of the day, I know how my baby mamas are, and I mean, I know their way of thinking, and this shit don't bother me. I mean, at the end of the day, my kids know that I am the male figure in their life. I have been the male figure in their life. I am the only male figure that actually is, you know what I'm saying? I am their father, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's all to it. And they don't have another father besides me. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't trip on it. I mean, I just do what's comfortable at the time for the relationship. And I mean, if it's set in stone and that's what me and my BM feel like that's what we want to do and this is how we're going to do it, then that's just how it get done. I mean, my baby girl calls me mom. You know what I'm saying? And from young, I always thought, well, okay, I didn't want to go to none of her school functions, none of that, because I'm like, oh man, I don't want people looking at my baby. You know what I'm saying? Different or whatever, this and that, because she got two moms. But yet and still, she always like, I got two mamas. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no daddy. So, and it never was no shame up on her. She was always comfortable with it. She didn't have a problem. So I felt like, why should I have a problem? So, I mean, it just is to each his own. You just whatever is comfortable for you. But like I said, at the same time, it is what it is. Whatever's comfortable for me, that's how I roll. Whatever's comfortable for mine, that's how I roll.
Yeah. That's how I feel. Whatever fits your family. I'm sorry, Betty. Let me unmute you. Betty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I feel that it should be whatever you all decide as well. But I strongly feel that you educate the kids. Just make sure they know what's going on eventually. Don't just say, okay, the kid understand because okay, the kid see you have boobs, so the kid know that you're a girl. Educate the kids further. So that's just my thing.
I remember I used to hang with one of my best friends, and she got a lot of sisters. She got one brother, a lot of sisters, and a whole lot of kids. Like they always having, little babies running around, And man, them kids ask you straight up, you a boy, you a girl. They come right up to you, you a boy, you a girl. They want to know, dog. Like they need to figure you out first, and then once you tell them what's going on, then they proceed accordingly. I'd be like, I dress like a boy, but I'm a girl. I'm a girl on the inside, but I'm a boy. And then I'm a girl on the outside, but I'm a boy. And then they be like, all right. And then we just proceed accordingly. We have certain conversations or do certain things. And like the children don't have an issue. It'd be the adults. The adults be wigging out.
I agree too. And my type of work as maintenance, especially when I go into a unit or something to repair AC. As soon as I go in there, if I got a tool bag or a drill or something like that, the kids first thing, you a boy, you a girl. Gee, you a boy, you a girl. And they know my name. So they be, you a boy, you a girl. Now I hear them, and they be, a boy, a boy. you know, and some of them be, G a girl, but they kind of have, like you say, they kind of have their own thing, and they kind of go on about their business, and it's honestly, it don't. Now, you know, I tell, I say I'm a girl, and they just be, oh, okay, and go on about their business. They just really just little nosy little people. Nosy
They
little
hear
people.
you.
Man, my mom used to want me to come to her job. She taught school. And when I would come to her job, the kids at her job was like, is that a boy or a girl? And it was embarrassing to her. So like she didn't want me to, you know, come to her job. Like, you know, it bothered me a little bit, but then I just kind of, you know, let it go until I don't have to come to her job anymore. But it was embarrassing to her. So, I mean,
yeah.
And I told her I'm not about to change who I am just to come to your school. I don't have.
Wow, that's a tough conversation.
Yeah. So at what point do you feel that it's time to talk to the kids about it? Like a little bit more in depth.
When they ask, I think in general, it don't matter what the topic, from sex, drugs, rock and roll. When the kids bring it up, address it right then and there.
Yeah.
They gonna let you know where they mind is.
You know, I'm asking because, like, okay, so 24K is a mother. So that's the reason that I'm asking. Because, like, for me, my granddaughter, she's 9, but I talked to her about menstrual cycles already at 8. She didn't ask me about it. It was a conversation, and we had it. So that's the reason that I'm asking. At what point do you feel that it's necessary to talk to them about it?
I think it's really good to start early because I mean my son was getting teased in elementary school. You know, it's like I'm talking about 3rd grade. You know, about like if I come to the school, you know, that he at one point he didn't want me to bring him like it was like track practice. He used to want me to sit in the car because he didn't want the kids to, you know, talk about me asking him. Kids are asking, that's your mom, that's your daddy. You know, I've heard them asking that. You know, and as a mother, it hurts my feelings because I don't want my child to have to go through that. So I know it bothered him, you know, for a while because people say stuff. You know, and then it would start teasing him or calling him gay because, you know, he's not out there like with his, you know, in elementary school with his pants sagging and, you know, he doesn't play basketball and nothing like that. So he was, you know, kind of getting that on both ends. So it was hard and we had to have a lot of conversations. But now that he's, you know, older, because at one point he even liked me dating him. But then the older that he got, it was almost like, you know, do whatever makes you happy because I want what makes me happy. But it bothered him.
Yeah, and see, and that goes back to, because we had a topic earlier, we talked about bullying. So, who we didn't even think about this, the fact that you all are parents and what your kids have to go through.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, I just feel like, I wish when I was younger that some adult stood up for the trans community or for the gays. I'm pretty old, so for me that was Ellen DeGeneres finally. But before I saw a lesbian on TV, and and then I started to think, okay, I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? But I think children should. How you know your child not identifying different anyway? You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should help them be free and accept the expectation that people are different. It's a spectrum to the thing. We have a call in though. Somebody who called in, y'all. Caller, are you online? You got your mute on, caller. Did you want to say something? Nuki, are you there? I don't hear you. Okay. You gotta take it off mute, Nuki, if you're gonna speak. All right, we'll get her a second to get it together. But yeah, you know. But anyway, y'all all share some very different opinions. So we have an MOC who prefers to be called mother. We have an MOC who prefers to be called daddy, and then we have a film grandma who dates an MOC. And
Wait, I got a question there.
yeah.
What's the MOC?
Oh, okay, good. Now we from the South, y'all. We from Southern Louisiana, and we Creole. But I have learned by joining different Facebook groups and talking to people up north and in different areas that the politically correct name for what we are male of center. Females who are male of center. So they call it MOC. So I try to say some people don't know stud. You know what I mean? I got on a lesbian chat group. They didn't know what the hell a stud was. I had to define it for them. So it's not like stud is a southeastern regional type of term. So so if you're from India or Senegal or Africa, you don't know what the hell that is. So, but globally they seem to use MOC. I had to learn something new. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jesus.
What it was, a male of what?
Male of center. So I guess center is binary, and then you got female of center, and then male of center spectrum. And so you slide over. 0 is binary, and unisex or ambiguous. You know, you both. And some women I met say they both. They say I'm male and female and identify with both at the same damn time. So I don't know, but I like to stick to the stud / MOC. You know, for the viewers that's outside of the southeastern region, out of the people that are in Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, in Louisiana, we call ourselves stud. That's all I know.
Have y'all heard of the well, I'm not sure, but it's the I forget what the girl said she was, but it's pretty much like she likes anyone that loves her.
That loves who?
What's that title? Do y'all know?
What you said?
I love whoever loved me back. That's called bisexual.
No, it's another name for it. It's called where is Marla? Because Marla has a coworker that
you're not talking about cisgender.
What is it?
What it is,
huh?
I can't hear you, fam.
I said you're not talking about like cisgender, huh?
Cisgender.
No, it's what is it? Mixed gender?
I think it's
like CIS, like cisgender. That's what you're talking about, huh?
I think it's cisgender, but I don't think she said that.
It's something else. It's called something else. I Googled it, and I remember reading it to Marla and telling her what it was. Because she have a coworker that identified.
Yeah. And I said bisexual, me. But
basically, that's what it is. But they say something else.
Yeah, they say something else. And I'm like, I don't know about all these new terms and, all of this here. I'm kind of old school, like, hey, let me know what you do, how you roll. Don't come out one day in a dress and then come out another day in some basketball shorts, Like, let me know how you roll all the time.
It's called pansexual.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, I have a coworker who's pansexual, and I didn't know what that was, and he had to kind of explain it to me. Yeah, they like everybody. Anybody that logo, like like a film chick, a stud, a regular boy, a trans,
anybody, yeah.
So why that just can't be bisexual?
Huh?
Why that just can't be bisexual?
That's what I said. I guess
I'm
that's
confused because it's more confusing. Apparently, we say like male, female, trans, anything like that. Right, but at the end of the day, you're still either a male or a woman. So you, no matter who that other person is, it's a man or a woman. So why can't you just be bisexual?
Right.
It might sound
It's
better.
confusing.
it's very confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it was. She said she was pansexual, and it's pretty much anybody that liked it her. That's who she liked it.
She's attracted to
And
humans all
Yeah.
kinds. I said she's just attracted to all kinds of humans.
yeah, and that's too wild. That's too wild. But you got all these different pronouns and stuff like that now. A lot of that stuff, like my memory card full. So I can't remember hardly nothing no more already with even the type of work that I do. So I'm not gonna remember no pronouns and all of that. So some people take, offense to it, I'm sure. I don't think it's so much down here in the South that I have seen, but some people, like, in different states and stuff up north and stuff like that, they take offense when you're not using their pronoun or their I say they code whatever properly.
Yeah. It's raining?
Hello, can anyone hear
Man,
me?
it's getting it out there.
Yeah, we can hear you, Jonica.
Goodness, I've been saying it for the longest. No one could hear me.
What
We
you
hear
say,
you.
Rashawn probably had
Okay, okay, but
some back.
I was probably punished. I don't know, but I kept talking. I
Rashawn
had
might
to
have
test
had you
unmute me, but this
backstage.
right.
She had
All
you
right,
backstage and muted.
right. So what I was trying to say is, first I was saying, why is it not bi? But then I got it. Bi, means two. So, man, woman. But then, like, you
Mhm.
guys went into the whole trans, all, the other identity. So, yeah, that's the difference of the pan and bi is what I
Okay.
figured out real quick, but y'all can hear me because I don't know what's happening. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cause that's because Rashawn had that backstage. I kept saying pansexual too, and I realized I was backstage.
Yeah. I think she said not many people could be on the front or something like that. With that static or something. I think it was doing a lot of staticking. But
All right, so does this sum it up? Where are we?
yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
so
hearing that rain up?
I guess y'all was talking about pansexual. I thought that means you just had sex with anybody. What the hell is pansexual?
That's what it is. You're
Yeah, that's
attracted
what
to
it is.
everything and everybody.
Yeah, like the person who works for me, he's a feminine guy, but he would, date and have, sexual relations with a feminine female, a masculine female, feminine female. So yeah, they don't have a type, basically.
Oh yeah, man, Marla. So back in my day, we used to call them freaks. That's not good. I mean, I guess that's not politically correct no more.
Yeah, that's kind of what that's the vibe he should give me at work, like basically a freak, like.
You like that, Betty? You like that, Betty? I'm old school. You just freaky. You do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It don't
I just
matter.
say, for me, let's pick a side. But I ain't judging. You do what you do. Pan. I don't get it. Why that's not bad? But whatever.
Bias too. Man and woman, that's the deal. Bye.
or a female, but you may not. With bi,
Wait, I had you on mute, Fallon. Start over what you said.
I was just saying because with bi, like some people that's bi, they might just date a male or a female. They may not be open to dating a trans man or a trans woman or a stud.
Stud or yeah.
They just may be strictly to a male and a feminine female or something like that, or stud, but not open to all the other ones. Should they, Pan probably date a gay male too, or a bi male, whatever. So.
What's next, Rashawn?
Actually, that's it, guys. If y'all we go through the rundown, we have talked about pretty much everything else. So unless y'all have something y'all want to bring up, we can go ahead on and get ready to end out this show. We went through the same-sex parenting, and that was all we had for today. And it looks like we had time. So is there anything else anybody wanted to bring up before we sign out? Y'all want to tell everybody goodbye?
This was very educational for me, parts of it.
Yeah, it really was very educational. I wanted to bring up one topic in case I know we talked about some news stuff last time. And I wanted to see if everybody had heard about the latest case with the 6-year-old boy that was shot by the Asian guy. And that's only because of what people are talking about the Stop the Asian Hate and everything. Asian guy shot through his window and shot a 6-year-old boy in the arm. And he had a $10,000 bond and was pretty much released right then. And, he was told not to return home, but they wonder why his bond was so low. And then, for him shooting through his window, through his living room to shoot a little boy because from his yard. So I know we can't get into it too deep, allegedly too. But I know we can't get into it too deep. But yeah, that's the guy right there, and that's the little boy that he shot. Little boy
So
just looking.
He intentionally shot the little boy?
I'm not sure if it was intentionally. I know he shot through his window in his living room, and it hit the little boy.
Okay.
I think the little boy had his bike in front of his yard or something, put it in his yard or something, and went back to get it, I think.
Yeah. And the little boy just on a little tricycle, looking like the cutest little boy in the world, little innocent little boy. And
Marla, you need to get home. Okay.
Look, I saw Marla.
Yeah, but I think that. Yeah, I'm trying to get home now. But I think the guy is back in jail.
Oh, he's back in jail?
Yeah, they increased his bond.
Oh. That's good. That's good. I saw that lightning flashing behind you, Marla. You better get out there, rain, man.
Right.
It's getting it out there.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead on and thank you, G, for hipping us to the news about the little Asian guy shooting a black guy, the little black baby. I'm so sorry, tricycle baby. And in the news article, it said that he didn't get a high bond. It was very low set, but now it looks like he's back in jail. So thank you, Dreadhead and Tatted, for giving us that update. Jazzy Thick Chick, we get ready to sign out. Did you have anything you wanted to say? I see you just called back in. I had you backstage, just checking with you.
I'm just Jazzy Thick Chick signing out.
All right.
Peace.
Well, thank you. And keep in mind, y'all, we are live every Thursday and every Sunday. Tonight was our Sunday show. We'll see you again on Thursday. And I want to thank you so much for joining us. Peace out.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.